We have Jeremy Fears joining me now. He's obviously going to be heading into Michigan State in his technically sophomore season, but eligibility-wise now will be his freshman season of eligibility. And so with that being said, I'm excited to welcome in Jeremy Fears Jr. Jeremy, how you doing today, man?
Good. How you doing? I'm doing great.
Awesome, man. I'm doing great as well. Well, the first thing I got to ask you is you're back on the court now. I know you've been playing a little bit now, getting back in. What's it feel like just to be back on the court playing again?
Um, um, it's hard to it really explain. It's just grateful, being able to be out there with teammates and the guys and my friends. You really can't ask for much more. Just another opportunity to go show what I can do.
So there's obviously a lot of things I want to get into throughout this episode today, but the recovery that you've been going through has been a lot different than a lot of guys might have the story of having. So I kind of just want to go through this a little bit to kind of let people kind of in an inside story to kind of know what all happened in just this recovery time span. So you're midway through your freshman season a little bit. You're going through it and you guys have the Christmas break. You're back on December 23rd and the incident occurs. Walk us just through that night, what you're able to remember
Yeah.
from everything that occurred then.
It's still kind of blurred. It was all happened quick,
Hmm.
but like the recovery process, I got back to school. I believe December 31st, the game we played Indiana State, and my kind of recovery started that day. I was able to do like some stretching and some movement and just some strength and exercises, but really just Nick Ritchie and Coach Guest, they really helped me just been having to go do rehab and recover, and I was really only able to lift for a few months every day. So I just lift every day and did rehab. That was really my main goal, and then I could do some form and some cheer shooting. But once we got around maybe March, I was able to start moving and jogging and light running. So the process they did say would take about 3 to 6 months to recover. So in 3 months, I was kind of jogging and getting back to moving. In 6 months, which was I would say last month, I think I was able
Hmm.
to just back full contact activities and no problems with everything. So obviously, I still have to rehab and recover every day. So it's
Sure.
still getting better.
The unique thing about your injury, though, is that obviously you have the whole physical toll. You have to get your leg ready to play, all those aspects. But I have to imagine that there also has to be a mental aspect too for yourself because it's not just a simple, you're on the court and an injury occurs. This is a whole other incident. So, how have you dealt with the mental kind of coming back from that mentally?
Um, Really just obviously having to build the trust and everything back up, but just still being know what I can do. Like nothing really left. It's just something that take a little time, but also knowing that it's something that happened. It's life, but I can't really control it and just continue playing and keep doing me.
I know just talking to a couple of your teammates and having them in interviews, Coach Izzo talking about you, you had a very positive outlook throughout the entire process, which if there's anybody that has an opportunity to be negative about it, be down about the incident because of what happened, both from the mental aspect, like I alluded to, the traumatic aspect, but also the physical thing, how were you able to stay so positive throughout this entire recovery time and even to this point?
Um, this a lot of things. It could have went way worse than it was. I think I got blessed, and it was a minor, I think, incident. Obviously, it was big, but the way I look at it, I was still able to play basketball. I'm still back healthy, 100% now. I got stronger. Think I got better IQ wise, and it just helped me overall. And then still being able to be a freshman again, so that really helped me. And it's like I just kind of gained a free year of college. The way I look at it.
That is a huge thing because that just was, I believe it was a couple weeks ago now that you officially got the redshirt opportunity. So, it's, like I said, essentially you're going to your freshman season all over again. How big do you think that is going to be for yourself now, knowing that you got essentially a whole year of learning, developing, just kind of understanding the college lifestyle, and now you get to really start your collegiate career eligibility wise?
That's huge. Just being able to, who knows if I will need, all 4 or 5, however many years. But just knowing I have that underneath my belt and that can help me in the long run with everything that's going on is just huge knowing that my situation is different and from everybody else, but just being able to be here again, still in Michigan State, another opportunity. It can't really ask for much more.
I also want to ask one other thing about the incident. So you were in the hospital and you end up kind of waking up. You go through, I believe it was a 3 hour surgery. When you do end up waking up and it starts to settle in what all occurred and all the events that happened, and now the fact that you're going to have recovery in front of you, what was going through your mind at that point?
Um, I can't really remember, but you know, just now I know the doctor said it'll probably be a 3 to 6 month process, and I would just have to, take my time. And they said, they've seen worse, and this is not really nothing to really worry about. But I didn't know that this would be a process that I have to trust and take my time on. So really, just understanding that this will be a process was probably the what I was really thinking about the most at that time.
Now, I also saw that this was pretty much the longest you've ever gone without being able to play basketball, at least freely, the way you like to play. From the time you've been 3, 4 years old, you had a ball in your hand, you're consistently playing basketball. How did you get used to that change? Just knowing that this for the longest time in your career, you weren't able to play basketball the way you've been accustomed to your whole life.
It was different, obviously. I'm used to playing basketball every week or every month. Like literally, like everything I do is play basketball. So just not really being able to play basketball is really different, and it was kind of weird for me. But obviously, I was getting better in my body and getting stronger and seeing progress in myself. That that big of a picture, the thing about basketball, just getting better. I was really focused.
I also want to get into your family because this is a family that has basketball pretty much run you guys' blood.
Games,
We
watch
talk about
games, help.
yourself. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I bet. So this is a family that you
Hello.
guys have pretty much had the basketball in your hands the entire time. You talk about yourself. We know how accomplished you've been throughout your high school career and now heading in through college. Your brother now is also one of the top players. He's following your footsteps. Your dad played basketball as well. What's it been like just growing up in this basketball family?
Um, just growing up in a basketball family has really been great because we all learn and we all give information and little tips and things they see and we see everybody point of view and angles. So it's really been helpful overall.
I gotta get into your brother because he now is available once again. He just decommit from Illinois and he's back obviously through the recruiting process. And you guys got to play together 1 year in high school, which I'm sure that was awesome. Is there any potential chance that we see you guys team up again playing in college now?
Yeah, my brother obviously following in my footsteps and coming up, and he's available. Obviously, I think we talked as a family, and he talked, and he kind of felt that him reopening it and just seeing all the options and what he could have, and still keeping in contact with Illinois. So really, just a decision that the family talked about and what they
So I
thought.
know you kind of cut off a little bit in the beginning parts there, but we know that with you two, I'm not sure if you answer or not, but if you two had the chance to play together, if it was at Michigan State, what would that first of all just be like?
Honestly, I wouldn't know. It would be hard. Obviously, we played together my senior year and his sophomore year. And that was great. The last time we did that was my eighth grade and his sixth grade year. But
Hmm.
just maybe potentially playing back with each other in college would be insane. But um, who knows what the future holds? But yeah, that would be crazy. Just obviously because we played with each other a few times growing up, and yeah, but at the college level would be kind of crazy.
If you two were together, and that could obviously now have an extra year, obviously, if you decided to spend your whole career and utilize all 4 years eligibility, how special would a backcourt be of the two Fears brothers?
I think we can make a lot of things happen if that was the case, and that would be special. Just being able to say, I got to play with my brother. Not a lot of people get to play with their brother, in college, especially, and at the same time and have the same, role or minutes. So it's just a lot that plays in factor of playing with your brother and also actually being able to play and win. So it's a lot that goes on. But that would be special, and it'll be it's insane. And I don't think not a really a lot of people have done it. I know
Mhm.
obviously it has happened, some twins or some brothers that's freshmen, seniors, but that would be special.
So how would you balance as a brother then? Because I'm sure it would be fun, you two playing together, going to the same school. That would be an awesome thing. But obviously, I think you'd want what's best for him. And that may be Michigan State, but obviously, that could be any other school in the country as well. So how do you kind of balance that aspect of saying, I want to play with my brother. I would like to recruit him to try to get him to go to Michigan State. But at the same time, I want him to find what's best for him and go to the place that's going to help put him in the best position for his future.
Definitely like give him knowledge, and I'm with him for whatever's best for him. And if it's a different school or a different option, and I talk to him and he's talking to me, and telling me what the school, like the team looks like, the play style. If he's telling me like all the good stuff, and I think it fits him, and I know how he play, and a situation that's great for him, I'm going to tell him I think that's best for you. So I'm always going to try to lead him and put him in the right position at the end of the day, and not be selfish or think about myself or my team. So if it's what's best for him, I'm going to make sure or try to help him and make sure he pick the best decision for himself.
So do you think there's any chance the Michigan State fans could get excited for a potential Fears duo in the backcourt one day?
Um, Realistically, nah, I don't think it'll happen.
Okay.
But who knows?
All right, so my last thing I got to ask you about you two is that you are an extremely accomplished high school player. We talk about McDonald's All-American, two-time gold medalist. I mean, the list goes on with all the awards you won, and that's pretty hard to follow up. And now your brother's coming up along, and he's now going to most likely be a McDonald's All-American. He has a chance to win. He has gold medals. He's been a very accomplished player. So if you were to go back to yourself at the same age that he is right now, which one of you two do you think is better?
Um, I would say I think we probably right there because
Mhm.
he has accomplished a lot this past year with prep school ball.
Yeah,
I think what kind of helped me is I did do prep my sophomore and junior year, so I kind of had a little advantage. But I think him going prep this year was really big for him. It helped him, and just seeing different competition and different levels, like more college-like players.
sure.
Um, but I'll probably give me and I'll say I had a good team, but we also had different roles and we were two different players and play styles. So that really could play a factor in what you would say. I think at the time he's a better scorer than me. I would say like at the same age he could score the ball better than me. But if you're talking about like playmaking and stuff like that, we all have different attributes. So that really plays a part in everything. So
So I do want to go into now your recruiting process. So we're going to get to Michigan State and all these different aspects. But if we go back, what was it now, a couple years ago, and you're going through this recruiting process, and I believe it came down to Michigan, Michigan State, Kansas, Illinois, UConn. How did Coach Izzo ultimately win you over?
really just going to visits on my official visit, going to coach house. It was just a place that felt like home and place like where I can trust the coaches and trust everybody, and just a place that I felt welcome, and a place that I think I needed and I wanted to be.
Mhm.
So just being able to make that decision and talk it over with my family, just felt like this was the right place. And here, this is the right place. So I wouldn't change it for nothing else.
When you commit there, you kind of made a decision that, and obviously we end up having the injury and everything occur as well, but you knew that there was going to be a lot of veteran presence there. Obviously it's going to be AJ. There's going to be Jaden there already. You got Tyne. You have all these different guys that Tyson. You already have all these different guys that you were going to, in a sense, have to play alongside. But also on the bright side, you also had a lot of great guys you could pick their minds and learn from. What was that decision like? Because a lot of guys like to say, I want to go somewhere where I'm guaranteed to play, start right out the gate. What made you kind of say, I'm okay that I'm going to get some minutes, but I'm also going to be able to learn from a lot of guys that are very established and very good collegiate players?
Really, that decision, obviously, We know Tyson, Jaden, Malik, like they had a chance to come back, but we didn't know. But at that time, it still was like no matter where you go, you're still gonna have to play and earn a spot and earn minutes regardless. So we're
Mhm.
not taking an easy way out or trying to do this or do that. So at the end of the day, we're gonna compete, go in, and obviously you go and gain whatever you get. Like if you go in and coach thinks this or coach think that, you trust coach. Coach is one of the greatest coaches to coach. So it's
Mhm.
like I'm not trying to take the easy way out or do this or do that. So I'm just going in and play hard. And obviously they helped me. Tyson and AJ and Jaden, they all helped me a lot. Just really understanding college basketball. They have the experience. You can't really prepare for college basketball. You just have to be present and enjoy the moment.
All right, so you look through your freshman season, the ups, the downs, everything that came along with it. What's the biggest thing you'd say you learned from their very first year in college?
College is a different speed and a different like everything. The fans, the game's pace, the atmospheres, just everything is a lot different, and you have to come in and be in your best game every game
Hmm.
because like teams are really good.
All right, so we talked about you and Coach Izzo now, and Coach Izzo, as you alluded to, he is one of the greatest coaches of all time, Hall of Famer. He's accomplished as much as any coach could really accomplish. What is your guys' relationship like today?
Uh, I think me and Coach Izzo relationship is great. You know, I talk to him, he talks to me. He asked me some questions about basketball and like off the court stuff. I asked him some questions. I think if I needed anything, I would be able to call him, and he would answer and help me and just be able to do what I need to do on the court, take care of the on the court business, and make his job and my job a lot easier. Obviously, I'm a point guard here, and I think that's probably one of the hardest positions.
Oh, yeah.
And just making sure I'm taking care of my business.
And that is the huge thing because every position obviously is crucial, but you are the coach on the court. You're going to be the point guard, and obviously the expectations you're going to be the guy now for at least the next couple of seasons, potentially even 4 years if that's what you decide to do. How critical do you think it's going to be you in your relationship with Coach Izzo going forward throughout the remainder of your career at Michigan State?
Uh, 100%. Every like, you have to make sure the point guard and the head coach is always on the same page, no matter what,
Mhm.
because that's who makes sure the team runs smoothly and good. Like, coach can only coach so much, but if the point guard that's playing has to be the coach that's on the court too. So just making sure that we're on the same page and I'm doing what he need me to do and making sure the team is doing everything we should be doing.
What is his plans for you as you head now into your technically freshman season? What does he expect from you? What does he want from Jeremy Fears?
Definitely to lead the team, continue to work, push everybody, and just be the leader that he know I can be and you're recruiting me to be, and be that winner that he knows.
All right, so you got to give me your favorite Coach Izzo memory so far throughout your career. What's in the recruiting process? It's been through your first year on campus now, this off season. What's your favorite Coach Izzo memory that you've had with him so far?
Favorite Coach Izzo moment. Um, Probably when I think I was about to get a tech one of my games early, or the ref said something, so he told coach, and we came to the timeout, and he started like looking at me, and we all sitting in the chairs. He's yelling at me, and then he just like breaks the clipboard in front of me, and then I'm just looking at him like, all right. And then he started writing on the board a play, and then but he broke the clipboard, so he was yelling. But that was like the first time that he really got on me in the game, so it was pretty cool. But like in the moment, I'm like damn.
So is he typically always hot? I mean, we see him always. He's kind of got a little bit more of a passion behind him. Is one of the more energetic. You could say maybe even mad sometimes on the court. Is he always like that? Is it more just so his game mentality, or maybe even practice mentality, or is he kind of have two different personalities when it's on and off the court, or even if it's at practice or something?
Definitely, I'll say during the games and practice, obviously he's fired up, and I think that was probably one of the main reasons why I came to. I wanted to be coached hard.
Mm.
He got passion and love for the game, and he still cares. It shows that he cares. He coaches hard, so it just really shows that he cares about the players, the program, the team, and it's just the main reason. Like he love him. He coaches hard. He wants you to play hard and give 100%. Just like I want him to coach and give 100%. So that's really like a big plus. But also like off the court is you almost don't even talk about basketball. It's about life, family, how you doing in school, and that's just another plus in the aspect of him and Michigan State. Like off the court is just everything other than basketball. You rarely talk about basketball. So that's just a huge plus.
So obviously, I know we already kind of touched up on some of it through the recovery process and everything you've gone through. Then it obviously wasn't going to be much about basketball during that time span because you weren't going to be playing for them that season or the second half of the season. How did you see your guys' relationship grow during that time span?
It was good. I was able to talk to him. Obviously, I would go in his office, talk to him a little bit, talk to him on the court. He's still making sure I'm good. Coming to the weight room, training room, making sure I'm doing my rehab and recovering. Cheering me on, them and him, and also like the team. While I'm working on the sidelines and trying to push to get better. So just really overall, just making sure that I was doing what I needed to do to be successful and get back on the court, but also still talking to him and talking basketball.
So I do want to get into this upcoming year's team because last year there was a lot of high expectations for you guys, and obviously it's probably safe to say it didn't go exactly how you guys planned. I think there was a lot more different, obviously high expectations from the locker room. And so you guys head into this season now, and it's a lot of new faces. And for the guys that are returning, it's a lot of you guys that maybe didn't play a lot last season. Jaden's the most experienced guy returning. Then you guys have a lot of guys from your freshman class. You, Xavier Booker. You got Trey obviously returning back. You have Cooper. All these different guys that's going to get a lot larger role as well as guys also being added into this group, whether it be the incoming freshmen and as well as obviously you guys have Frankie coming in as well. What is this year's team looking like?
We have a little bit of everything. We have guards, wings, shooters, bigs. Like I think we are a unique group, just because we have everything and everybody can give us something, whether it's on offense, defense. The freshmen are looking good. The returners, and we have some players with some experience, but also everybody that's on the team is ready to go and hungry. So I know we're gonna be going 100%. We already competing hard in practice and open gym, so I just think like we have a unique group, and obviously, I guess you can say we're looked at as underdogs or whatever. But I know we have a special group, and we're gonna turn a lot of heads this year.
So you just see a lot of these guys. How's the chemistry going? Because obviously like, it's a lot of new faces there with really only one guy that's been super experienced in Jaden Akins. What's just the chemistry in the locker room like with you guys?
Oh, it was great. Obviously, it was kind of different. We brought in two transfers, then we had three freshmen early, so it was really a lot of people getting to know each other. But we've been going out, going places together, spending a lot of time together. So just really building that really helps a lot, just because obviously you don't really know each other, so we have to build a chemistry some way.
All right, so you guys look at this upcoming season. You mentioned you guys are pretty much underdogs, a lot different than expectations from last year when you guys were hyped up to be a potential national championship contender. What's that kind of chip on your shoulder, guys? Now you guys now have. What's it like, kind of heading into the season, saying, you know what, we're Michigan State, and maybe people aren't looking at us as if we're contenders, quote unquote, but we know that we have a chance to upset a lot of people and potentially make a lot of noise this year.
Just really trying to get Michigan State basketball back to Michigan State basketball. And go out, play hard, 100%, execute, do what we need to do, and just find a way to get the win. Like winning is really the most important part for all of us right now, and everybody's a competitor and everybody wants to win. So you can't really, you know, do anything about that. But everybody got to find a way to win and make winning plays.
All right, so you guys just talk about these guys on this roster. Who's some guys you think are standing out so far? As you guys just kind of had some summer ball practices and whatnot. Who are some people that maybe people aren't even looking at and saying, you know what, I expect them to be great, but you see kind of showing up and potentially could be a breakout candidate this year?
Obviously, Jax. I think it wasn't fair. he was kind of injured last year and really didn't get to show Jax, but everybody knows what Jax can do, and I think like he has a full summer and been able to do what he's able to do. Booker took a big step and a big stride, obviously from freshman to sophomore year. 1 year under his belt has really helped. Carson has really improved. Obviously, he's be locked up on defense and offense, getting more comfortable and, really trusting himself. Big Shimon from the transfer is nice. I like him. He can make the three. He can post. He does a little bit of everything, but also really smart. Frankie is a lot more athletic than I expected. He kind of sneaky bounce.
Hmm.
Can make shots, and he's 6'7", so it's a mismatch nightmare. And obviously, everybody else we have on the team. But those are some of the few players that, uh, you know, I think literally everybody on the team is can help in some way or some form. But
Hmm.
those are a few of the names.
So, how about yourself now? Because I see a lot of fans are very excited about you. We know how accomplished we talked about you were in high school, and now you head into your first full season, hopefully playing basketball at Michigan State. What can fans expect from you to bring to this team now?
I would definitely say my leadership, my defensive intensity, um, my playmaking ability, and just me playing hard every minute and every second I'm out there.
Now you have this upcoming season. What are your expectations for yourself? Are there any goals you set for yourself, or what do you want to accomplish for yourself personally, and even as a team this upcoming season?
I definitely, some of the team goals, win the Big Ten, win the Big Ten championship. The end goal, win the national championship, get to like a Final Four. Um, Myself, I really haven't set any goals. I'm still, focusing on my rehab, my recovering, making sure I'm doing all of the right stuff, taking care of my body. I'm getting a lot stronger, and just really focusing on me more than some goals. But that's just some of my personal goals right now, as of right now.
So would you say you are 100% right now, or where would you say you are in terms of percent wise at being fully recovered, 100% ready to be the full version of Jeremy Fears?
I say I'm at 100% right now. Obviously, I still have to make sure I say I'm at 100% right now. Obviously, I have to make sure I'm still smart and maintenance and making sure I do everything and all of the right stuff for my body to make sure there's no injuries or no problems. So
Mhm.
really just making sure I take care of my body and get stronger still.
Absolutely, man. Well, I got one last question for you, and that is when you look at the next potentially 4 years of your career at Michigan State, what is it that you want to be remembered for as a Spartan?
Definitely winning and hopefully winning something big such as, a championship, national championship or going super far in a tournament. Just really winning because not a lot of people or teams have a great team and a chance to win or do something special. So I know that will always be remembered.
Absolutely, man. Well, I definitely appreciate you for taking time to come on today, Jeremy. I'm excited to see what God's got in store for you this upcoming season, and keep doing your thing, man. Of
No problem. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
course, man. You always welcome on, man. God bless.
See you. Have a nice day.
You too, man.